Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early June 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people. So let's get it going right away. We're going to get right down to business and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can take a little temperature and vibe check before we fully get underway. I hope you're all doing fantastic. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for Virgo? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into in this time, which is always very interesting, as I always say, especially if it links into the reading itself. But let's get it going here. What do we got for Virgo, my gods? Oh, the deck is acting funky. They want to talk to you, my friends. What do we got here for Virgo, please? There it is. Thank you. Okay, so wow, the beautiful creativity. I love when this card shows up. You might be feeling a little extra studious. You could be having some really good ideas that you might want to jot down in the coming days and weeks when this card pops up. Now, before we really dissect this, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you're active on Twitter, my handle's @KyleofCups. Please feel free to shoot me a tweet. But into the reading we go. Interesting imagery. You see this woman, she's surrounded by books. She has that tree sprouting out of her head and it is bearing fruit. So yes, we could think of creativity, expression of thought. And like I said, you could be having some really ripe, good ideas in this time, whether it's business ideas, whether it's problem solving. This is nice, regardless of what shows up in the reading itself. But notice there's a lot of open books. So yeah, there are undertones of communicating and speaking, talks, but it is very studious. This is reminding me of the Page of Pentacles in a way. So we're going to just lay this down. We'll see if that links into the reading itself. But if you're having like little eureka moments, good strikes of creativity, jot them down for a later date. So we're going to get into tarot now. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. So let's shuffle it up here for Virgo, my gods. Talk to me. I always like starting the reading off with that card. Now, last week's reading was titled A Karmic Warning, and I believe the main part of the message was speaking about either somebody receiving a dose of karmic retribution and possibly someone receiving a karmic reward too. It was like a coin flip in last week's reading, if I remember correctly. But you know, energies are always moving and shaking. Usually when that karmic vibe shows up, it sticks around in readings for a couple of weeks. But yeah, nothing is set in stone in these readings. Everything is mutable and changeable. We're just looking at a snapshot. Guys, let's get another shuffle. I feel called to shuffle one more time. Let's go. So yeah, let's get these first 3 out. Only take what hits for you, my friends. What's going on for Virgo, please? Thank you. Quick. All right, the Star card. That is a good start. I like that. Hope. This could be an Aquarius in your life. Let's not get too far into it just yet. Major arcana are very transformative. These are big, strong archetypes, big themes of change, shift, movement. We have Temperance, so double major arcana here, Virgo. You could be at a very important time in life right now, even if you don't quite realize it. These are both angelic. These are both very spiritual types of energies, positive on their face. Okay, we have the 4 of Cups here on the back end. So I feel like this is going to be a layered, nuanced type of reading this week, Virgo. And we're going to go through real quick. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get the juicy, intuitive stuff. Interesting. I feel like there's a lot of etheric energy here overall. But in position number 1, we have the Star card. Like I said, this is the card that represents Aquarius. To me, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Hope, having hope in a brighter day. This could also represent wish fulfillment, something really good coming your way. But it's about holding that fire within, even if it's burning down to an ember, and keeping that hope alive, okay? In the inverse, the Star could be somebody who's feeling quite pessimistic. So hopefully you're not in that mode right now, a little grumpy, a little pessimistic. But the Star is good. Like I said, it's a card of wish fulfillment. Now, moving to the center, we have Temperance. This is the card that represents Sagittarius. If you don't have a Sagittarius in your life, what do we think of with this? Very angelic, very protective. It usually has the Archangel Michael depicted on it somewhere. It talks about patience, slowing things down, pumping the brakes a little bit. It is also alchemical in nature. Normally you see Michael mixing the 2 cups, so you might be creating something, whether you're creating your future. But all great tasks take time when Temperance shows up. So we're going to have to see what that's about when we get down to the bottom, but it is beautiful spiritual protection as well. Now on the very back end, we got the 4 of Cups. a very headstrong type of energy. You might be daydreaming a little bit more than you normally are. If you're watching this for love, this could indicate somebody who has you on the mind, or vice versa. But when I see this, I think of someone who's stuck in the brain about something, overthinking it over and over and over. But I don't feel like it necessarily has to be bad, because remember the card we had in the very beginning, the good ideas. It's always good to explore those ideas, but don't stay there too long. Don't let the world pass you by. And yeah, just the active mind, interesting dreams and daydreams. So we're going to see what all of this is about. That could also represent one's emotional state. We're going to dive deeper right now. Let's jump in and clarify. So let's get a good old shuffle here for Virgo. Please, my guides, talk to me. Let's see what we got here for you, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the star. Why is the star here for Virgo? And also, if you read tarot yourself, that's why the box is here. Please feel free to play along. If you're feeling any messages from this, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind. So why is the star here? Interested to see how these archetypes can play along. Wow, Ten of Pentacles, this is beautiful. There could be big importance in money, business, big importance in family and the home. A lot of you could really be in the future mindset, looking towards the future. You know what it is you want to achieve. You know what makes you happy. And that is something I've been seeing through the earth signs this week, that big future focus and defining what makes you happy, what your happy ending is. So when I see the star and the 10 Pentacles together, it is an absolute beautiful omen. Some of you might be receiving a large influx of money or opportunity to make some money, make some cold hard cash. But it's just a beautiful completion. Both of these cards are like wish come true, dream come true. So there could be a huge victory or win or triumph coming down the pipeline. Now, I always say they come in all different shapes and sizes, these victories that I reference. But with the star and the 10 of Pentacles, don't let the world beat you down, okay? I know the world is a little bit crazy right now, but don't let it beat you down. Keep that hope, because you can achieve what your true goals and happiness are. That's what this tells me. This is like the long game. So we're going to move over to Temperance. And of course, it can mean other things. For some of you, if you have an Aquarius in your family, they're showing up heavy in the energy, or a partner. So let's see why Temperance is here. Big money ties. So why is it Temperance, please? Thank you. That card came out very odd. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups. When presented with the choice, this is not making snap decisions. This is Spirit asking you to really mull something over. So I don't know what you have going on right now. There's tons of Virgos out there, especially ones that watch these videos. The Virgos are always out there supporting me. I appreciate you. But Temperance with the 7 of Cups, this is another headspace type of energy. When I catch all of this together, intermingling energetically, this is Spirit absolutely saying, like, listen, there is no rush. Don't feel like you're running out of time, because this is a card of options, paths. Take time to weigh them. Take time to plan yourself forward. And I know that is a strong suit for Virgos. You might need to lean into your strengths in that way, like make a strong plan and follow through on it. But for another portion of you, yeah, your mind might be running a little hectic in this time. Your mind might be extra active, like on steroids, or someone could be thinking about you quite a bit, really mulling something over. We're going to move over to the 4 of Cups, see if we could define that a little more. But we're getting a lot of cup heavy energy here now. We're going to see what's up with that 4. Nothing's feeling bad. I do feel so much positivity in the beginning. So why is the 4 of Cups here for Virgo? Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. So what's up with this 4 of Cups? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this could be somebody that is extremely high strung. And just like I said, don't think yourself into paralysis. There could absolutely be somebody close to you that is extremely nervous, extremely stressed out. So it's interesting that we have like 2 different extremes in this spread. Like we have big positivity in the beginning, then we have the middle ground. Now we're swinging over to the other side of an active mind, right? We're catching all the different ways it can manifest. So the Four of Cups with the Nine of Swords, to me, yes, that is one of my cards of the paranormal. A lot of you might be trying to tap in, hear your inner voice. There's a lot of meditation here. Hopefully you're not having sleep issues, but this does tell me that either you or somebody you were very close to is really wound tight, anxious, nervous, stressing something out. So thinking themselves into oblivion. Like I said, we see it here in the center with Temperance, the Seven of Cups. Calm the mind as best you can. I know that's easier said than done, but yeah, you might need to assist somebody close to you in calming down, not stressing, not overthinking, because that's what's showing up here on the back end. Sometimes you might just need to say or hear everything will be okay. All right. So let's go through and do a quick little recap. You know, I'm just telling you how the energies are presenting themselves in the spread. Only take what hits, of course. I always say that multiple times, but if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Star with the Ten of Pentacles, one of the most beautiful alignments in the tarot deck, bar none. The Star, the wish fulfillment, the Ten of Pentacles, that completion. A lot of you could be receiving a big win or victory of some kind, even if it's a little bit down the road. Big wish fulfillment vibes. Some of you could be receiving a big influx of money in this time as well. So let those pentacles flow to you, or this could be work related. Moving to the center, this is where we get back to the mind, and it's been a theme ever since this first card, the active mind. And yes, you can pull good ideas. With this in the center is not overthinking, making plans. Don't choose or do things on a whim with Temperance and the Seven of Cups. So maybe for some of you, there's so many possibilities that it's just working you up. Like, oh, how's this going to wind up? If I do this, will this happen? If I do that, will this happen? Sometimes you need to breathe, take a breath. Now, moving to the back end, and of course, this could be other people you're connected to. We have the Four of Cups, another mental type of energy, with the Nine of Swords, yet again, another mental type of energy. And this is telling me that someone is thinking themselves into a fever pitch. Somebody is overthinking, nervous, anxious, just really wound tight. So for some of you, the answer could be in meditation, mindfulness, connecting with your inner voice. But you do what you will about this. Maybe you need to tell somebody everything will be okay. Maybe you just need to hear that. But that's what we have this week, Virgo. We're going to get you into a shadow card real quick. Please take a screenshot if you'd like to look into those cards further. So my guide spirit team, let's do this real quick for Virgo. See what we got in the shadows. And I love using the Shadowland Tarot for this, because it's a nice little capstone to every reading. I'm interested to see if anything we were just referencing pops out here. So what's going on with Virgo, please, my guides? And I know like 4 or 5 weeks ago, we had a reading that was in a similar vein to this, but I do feel mainly positivity in this. What do we got? All right, yeah, we have the Eight of Wands. This is fast moving action. This could also be the way you communicate or speak about what you want. Now, when we have the Eight of Wands showing up in any type of reading, generally this is a good type of energy, that something's moving towards you too fast, but we saw it in the spread itself with Temperance. Maybe slowing something down is what's needed, not rushing. A lot of you might be feeling very on edge, like, you know, when you drink too much coffee or caffeine, you're just buzzing. That's what this Eight of Wands feels like to me when it's in the shadows, okay? So calming it down. This can also be about big, hot, heavy exchanges. So just know that in the shadows, there could be some sort of conflict lingering or conflict coming in. So watch out for that. Fiery words. Okay, so I'm not going to overcomplicate it, Virgo. It is what it is. That's what I have for you this week. Please look into the Eight of Wands reverse if you'd like to look into more detail. But don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be in my community tab on June 1st. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my most favorite decks of all time, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, since there are so many wonderfully talented tarot readers on YouTube, just drop down in the comments 1 or 2 of your favorite readers. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, as always, I'll announce the winners in the community tab. My friends, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time.